Hello, Sims Universe, and welcome to Canada Crossing. I'm Danny, and today we're playing the Sims 4. I'm super excited to bring this video to you. We are playing with the new Growing Together expansion pack, and we are going to build a nursery because our lovely character here, this is Callista, she just found out she's expecting, and this is super exciting. She just had a little Cody here, and now he's grown to be a toddler. And now we have a new baby coming, and this is super exciting. I made these two characters when the expansion pack came out because I wanted to, get to play with the infants and see what it was like. And now we have a new one on the way, and this is really exciting. So we're doing a nursery. This is actually a collab video. A bunch of other creators are all creating nurseries. Their channels will be in the description below, so check out what they did. I can't wait to see. We each were assigned a specific color, and those were the color schemes of our nurseries. So ours is going to be purple for the new baby. I'm really excited. And we're going to start building that. So basically, I think what I'm going to do is take this existing nursery that was there. This was Cody's nursery. But now that he's a toddler, we're going to move him upstairs into one of these rooms, probably this room. And then we're going to build a new nursery for the new infant. So that'll be fun. I think I'm going to probably expand it a bit. I found this one a little bit small, and then we could do a little bit more to it. I'm just in the blue suburban starter home that comes with Growing Together. We really love this house. It's a great starter home, lots of bedrooms. So I haven't really done much to it. I kind of redid the kitchen a bit because I found the kitchen didn't really have much to it. But there's a lot more I do want to do to the house, but we'll get to that. But first, I need to catch you up to date what's going on with this family. Callista, lovely Callista, who's now apparently sleeping and just leaving her child here, has started a relationship with Christopher Michelson. Now, if you remember the trailer from Growing Together, you will remember Christopher Michelson and the wonderful Michelson family that was featured heavily in that trailer. Well, Callista and Cody moved to town, and it just happened to be New Year's Eve, and Christopher came over to celebrate, and one thing led to another, and we have a new baby on the way.
She's not a slut.
Thank you, Doris.
She is the slut. She's the grand poobah of slutdom.
So, I'm sorry for the Michelson stands out there, but Callista, Christopher lives here now. Anyway, let's get started with the build. Alright, so we're going to start off with this, obviously the old nursery. I'm going to just take everything out to get a fresh start. I'm going to then expand it. I think it was just a little bit too small, and when you want to do a design, you want something a little bit more roomier, just to kind of place more items. And I really thought, at first I was going to kind of go the other way, but I thought it would make more sense as far as the house goes to just go to the back. And then I wanted to just give it some depth, so I made it a little bit lower, the second section, just to kind of add a little bit more interest to it. And I think it really helped bring the whole space together. So then we're just gonna, honestly, obviously I'm gonna fix up the outside. I did put a roof on it. I don't like it. Listen, roofs in The Sims 4 are like my Achilles heel. They're horrible. I don't know. I'm not a roofer by any means. So I did leave that part out of the video because I'm not happy with it. But I might do some other kind of expansions to the house later on. And I'll kind of have to rework the roof, I think, a little bit. I need to watch some more YouTube roof tutorials, I believe, because I'm just like, no. Anyway, so going back into the build, there was a couple things I really wanted to incorporate. Obviously, I wanted to incorporate the new Growing Together expansion pack. I hadn't really got to use much of it yet, because, this was recorded very early on when it came out. And then also, I really wanted to use the Pastel Pop Kit because I really like that kit. I think it's got some really great items, but it's not really anything I've got to use a lot of. And I thought getting purple as my color that I had to use in my nursery, this was perfect. Like, I love the wallpapers, and I like the idea of kind of not doing one wallpaper on the whole wall, and then kind of splitting it up and doing like the two ends, one color, and the two sides, the other version. And then honestly, we're just gonna throw a whole bunch of purple things in here, obviously. And I really, about halfway through the build, I finally was like, oh, why don't I filter by the color purple? Why didn't I do that right away? I don't know. So it is, I'm gonna warn you right now, it is extremely purple. Like, extreme purple. So I hope you like purple. But I mean, that was the brief. That was the assignment, to make a purple nursery. And I wanted to, you know what? Would I ever make a purple nursery? I don't know. I'll be honest. I don't do a lot of gameplay with infants or kids. I thought growing together might like change that, but I have a hard enough time getting my adult Sims to do what I want, let alone managing a household with kids in it. Probably explains why I don't have kids in real life, because I can barely manage my own life, let alone children. Like, let's be real. I really like these curtains, by the way. I don't remember. I think they're base game curtains, actually. If someone can correct me on that, but I do like them. Here's the truth about when I decorate in The Sims. I don't use curtains a lot. I just find I never really like how they work or fit on the windows. But for this room, because it was for a collab video and a specific design, like, it wasn't just like something. I mean, I do play this family, but it was, you know, obviously for design purposes, I was like, well, I'm gonna put curtains in there, and I do actually like how they turn out. It's not that I'm opposed to curtains, but I don't generally decorate with them. Another thing is I don't use CC, so anything you see here is all from packs. I love the Grim Reaper. I mean, the Grim is such an iconic symbol of The Sims. I've been playing Sims since the first Sims, and he's always been around, and to have a little, like, stuffed plushie of the Grim Reaper, and in purple, I had to include it. And, I mean, is it kind of creepy? Maybe. But I like it. I think it's good. Also, if you hear the puppy behind me, she's very busy chewing on a toy, so I apologize for that. I tried to pacify her, but she's, you know, she likes to let us know that she's around. How about we say that? Anyway, this light in particular, I put it here and I sized it up. I do end up moving it. I think it was just a little too much for me. Like, I mean, I think it would be cool in like a teen or kids room. But I thought for the nursery in the end, it was just not kind of the look I wanted. So I do end up removing it. But I don't know, what do you think about it? I've never used that piece of furniture, that light, before. And I thought this probably would have been my only chance to ever use it. That was actually a lot of things in this build, because like I said, I don't generally use kids in this game. Like, I don't usually have families with kids in The Sims, so I don't decorate a lot of kids' rooms. So this is obviously kind of new to me, to be honest. I don't do a lot of that, and although I do like building in The Sims probably more than playing. I don't know if, you know, there's builders and there's players in The Sims, or some people are both. I enjoy playing to a certain extent, but I definitely enjoy building a lot more. And that's, you know, where I need to kind of think branch out and not do the same kind of builds all the time. But I also, like, I don't know. I feel like it's overwhelming in The Sims because there's so many options. And that's why I don't have CC. Well, there's a couple reasons I don't use CC. I feel like I have already purchased, I've spent so much money. We've all spent so much money on The Sims, let's be real. And all the expansion packs and whatnot. And then to get CC on top of it, I'm like, no, I paid money for these items. I'm going to use the items I've paid money for. That is my, like, theory behind that. And also, every once in a while too, I find like, oh, I've never seen this item before, and it's items that I've paid for, like in packs that I've bought and completely forgotten about it. By the way, those two, well, I placed the dinosaur and the elephant. I love those. I think they're base game as well. And I just sized them up. I love those prints, especially for a kid's room or nursery. I think they're amazing. And this shelf I've always wanted to use. This was from the Pastel Pop Kit. Pastel Pop Kits. And I love this shelf. And I thought it just fit perfectly. And just like, it's not necessarily purple per se, but it kind of blends in with the wallpaper enough that I was like, you know what, I'm gonna use it. I'm gonna use it. And I did. And I did. And I like it. Because you kind of like, you know, need that shelf. Like I like the idea of the sofa in the nursery, you know, when you're like reading to your kid, or, you know, like maybe the parent is like, you know, having a hard time putting the kid to sleep. So they, you know, lie on the couch while the kid's falling asleep or whatever the reason. I kind of liked the idea of having that sofa in there. And then the play mat, which of course, if you're playing with infants, you know how important it is to have this play mat, did not come in purple. So the closest I could get was this one with the purple octopus on it. So that's where I'm going with my purple of that. But I mean, if you need it, basically, if you have an infant, basically this is a super important piece of furniture. So that's where I was like, okay, well, we're going to include that, whether it really works or not as far as the color scheme. But I'm fine with it. I'm fine with it. I wish there was some different colors. Like I looked at a few different variants. This was the closest I could get, I think, to what we were kind of going for. But it's fine. It's fine. Also, I didn't talk about the shag carpeting. I really like it too. The texture on the shag is really nice. And I thought it would be kind of nice for a nursery to have it kind of nice, plush, soft carpeting. And I think it works really well. So we're about finished here. I think this castle that I sized down, probably, again, not perfect for a nursery. Might be a little sharper. Oh, the mobile. I put the mobile as well above the bed. I had a really hard time placing it. I find like no matter what angle you're at, that it's like kind of hard where you want it. And then I tried sizing it up, but that just looked really weird. So I left it small. And then of course you need some music. And I thought that worked really well. But this is basically the whole build. Let me know what you think in the comments. Don't forget to check out, there's a bunch of people doing this collab, so their channels will be listed in the description. They each have a different color, so if you want some inspiration, definitely go check it out. But thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you guys so much, and I can't wait to see what's next, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!